Hi guys, it's Tiffany and Keanu, trusty sidekick. Now this is definitely not a dish for him. This is for the grown-ups. But we love jalapenos. And I found a recipe online that I've tweaked a little bit and made my own, as usual. That's how I roll. And it's going to be stuffed jalapenos with cream cheese, herbs from my garden. That's sweet basil, Thai basil, and lemon basil all mixed together. Like I said, cream cheese, pink salt, and everything but the bagel seasoning.
Yes.
And once those get stuffed, each of them, we will wrap them in bacon and put them in the air fryer. So follow along with me. Let me show you how we do this.
Yeah.
Hope you can see it really good. All right. This has already been put in the microwave. It is 2 of the 8-ounce packs. All right. Let's go in and add our seasoning. I am incredibly generous with this. So you can put in however much you want. It really is to taste. If you haven't tried the seasoning, I will definitely tell you, go buy it. We got mine at Publix. Find whoever sells it at your grocery store, of course. And then taste it first so you understand the flavor profile. It's kind of salty, little savory, and certainly has the sesame seed in it, which, as we know, sesame seed is kind of bland. There's not a whole lot of flavor in that. That's more for crunch. But you do get a little taste of the roast because the sesame seeds are roasted. Okay? So if you like everything bagels, you'll pretty much know what the flavor profile is already without tasting it. But that's just giving you a reference. Okay? I'm going to put in some more because that is not enough. Okay? And stir that up really good. Okay? Now we're going to go over here and chop the basil that I have fresh from my garden. It's been dried out a little bit. It's kind of old, so I salvaged whatever I had left. I'm going to cut it down as small and minute as possible with a very good fine chop. Because we don't want big chunks of it. We want a little bit. As you can see with my jalapenos on deck here, my husband already took the guts out and de-seeded them for me. That also cuts down on the spiciness level tremendously.
He's the alien.
Yeah, he's the alien, not in the camera, but he's always in the room.
We used to be unicorn, but we changed it to alien. He's the alien.
Mm-hmm. All right. I don't know if you can see that really good, but that's very, very finely chopped. We're going to add that just a little bit at a time because I want to keep stirring. There's a certain look I'm going for. I kind of want it saturated with herbs and the seasoning, but I don't want to overdo it because we don't want it to overpower the rest of the flavors of the jalapeno and certainly not of the bacon because bacon is the bomb. So let's get that going. All right, we can add some more. There really is no measurement when it comes to the herbs because it's fresh from my garden. So I just used what I had left. You can put as little and as a lot as you want. Again, as I'm always telling y'all, go to your taste. Your taste level of salt, your taste level of seasonings. If you love herbs like I do, your taste level of herbs, strong flavor, light flavor, whatever floats your boat, honestly.
Right now, there's something very delicious in the Instant Pot.
That would be the other recipe. Yes. All right, let's finish. Let's finish getting this together. I wanted to show you what that looks like. It's got plenty of all the seasonings in it. More than healthy. All right. Now, you just basically take that spoon and you rub it lightly across here, just a little bit at a time. Make sure it's all in there. Oh, and by the way, if you're going to cut your jalapenos, make sure you have the match with it because these are going to get closed up together like a little sandwich with the good stuff in the middle. You can be generous or you can be light. Again, it's all to your taste. Now you would put this together like this. Squeeze it very lightly. Make sure it comes out to a sandwich. Then you take your piece of bacon, which I have right over here. Okay. And you want to go ahead, let me move this over so you can see better. And just start with the end. Please don't do that right now.
Okay.
Start this at the end. And you want to start at the edge and just wrap it all the way around. It is such an easy peasy recipe. And it really does go based on your taste. All right, we'll do one more. Be very generous with your inserts here. Your yummy, creamy stuff.
Be delicate.
Oh, look at me. See? I missed my other half because I moved them.
Gotta be delicate.
I think that's the one. Yep, that's it. All right. Again, another piece of bacon. Wrap it around as gently as possible. You want it to cover as much of the jalapeno as possible. Okay. And then these, I'll make the rest of them, of course. And you want to go ahead and put them in your air fryer. I have, let's see, an Emerald air fryer. It's kind of an older edition. It's from 2 years ago. But it's super fun to cook in. We love cooking in it. I have cooked fish in this thing, all sorts of fried goods, baked goods. I have seen recipes where you can actually do pies and stuff. By the way, I'm putting in a little bit of olive oil, even though it's an air fryer, supposedly oilless. It's good to put oil in it anyway to keep the workings of the machine good and healthy. So then you want to place all your ones in here, as many as you can fit. All right. This goes in the air fryer. And then you want to set it. Mine, here, let me grab you guys real quick. My air fryer has, let's see, these two dials on it. I hope you can see that. All right. Let me double check you can see that. Yep, you can. All right, we put it always on high. I keep it on the 400. I really don't ever adjust that unless the recipe tells me to. And then I'll have this thing. It's basically based on your minutes. And we pretty much start every single recipe that we cook in here on the 10 mark, unless we know it's heavy duty, like a big piece of meat or roast. But the lighter foods, like what I have here, or fish or vegetables or whatever we would choose to put in here, we go here to the 10. So you would start it on 10, and you would walk away and let it ding, and then you would check it from there. That's the sound it makes when it's done. Pretty easy peasy. When it comes to this particular item, you just want to make sure it has a good browning on the outside. The bacon's not raw. Everything inside really doesn't need to be too heavily cooked. It cooks very quickly. It's the bacon that you're mostly waiting on, and a little bit of the pepper outside getting a nice crisp to it. So I start with 10 each time, and then I go up from there. So if I have a lot, which as you can see, I have pretty thick ones this time. My last time I had pretty small ones. They'll probably take a couple extra minutes than I would prepare for. So again, starting on 10, and then check them. And then we'll have more than one batch, of course, because I have a lot here. So do as best you can with that, 10 at a time. If you're doing the second round for more time because you have bigger ones like mine, then go ahead and just start with the 5 after that. There's a 0, a 5, a 10, a 15, a 20, 25, and a 30. And I do that because instead of just going straight for 30 or straight for 25, everything has different sizes. Everything has different thicknesses. So you want to make sure you do a little bit at a time. It takes a little extra time, but when it comes to the air fryer, everything cooks really, really fast. So you're not going to be waiting a ton of time. I have a little bit extra time on my hands here while I'm waiting for my soup to roast. And for this, I also have extra jalapenos than I did in my last recipe. So I have a couple of batches. If you can upgrade to the air fryer that has different trays, that's what I'm looking for next to, hubby. Hint, hint for Christmas. then you could do multiple things. You could do a lot at one time. I have the smaller version that my mom got me a couple years ago, so it's not going to hold a ton. As you can see, you see the inside of it. It's not really huge, but it will get the job done, and it does get the job done, and these are absolutely delicious. So I'll come back and show you what those look like when we're done. Okay, y'all, I had this much left over. So I fit most of my jalapenos into the first batch, which is a good thing. And I have this much cream cheese mixture over. So what you can do with that, this does not need to be wasted. You can put that on a bagel just like that, a toasted bagel, or an English muffin, or toast if you like. You can save it, freeze it, and then thaw it out if you want to make the jalapenos again. Or you can just eat it. You can actually dip chips into that. That's a good dip mixture. Trust me, if you have some left over, it can be used. Don't worry about not having, having wasted anything. Or you can just cut the recipe that I had in half. So instead of 2 8-ounce packages of cream cheese, you can just use 1 or maybe 1.5. It's up to you. Anyway, while they're cooking right now, we are waiting for the soup from the other recipe. And we'll be back to show you what the finished products are. All right, this is after the 10-minute mark. As you can see, it's not exactly fully cooked like I would like it. I definitely want my bacon to be browner and my skins on my jalapenos browner. So we're going to put it back in probably for another 10. These looks like they can definitely go in for another 10. Remember, these were pretty thick. All right, guys, for the jalapenos, this is the done deal. Of course, there's more, but this is what we're going to serve ourselves with our soup tonight as a little side item. And as you can see, you want to make sure that that crisp bacon is in that good color range. The skin, too, here is nice and crispy as well. And you even have a little bit of crisp on top of the cream cheese. So definitely enjoy. I hope you like this recipe, along with the soup recipe, which is in a different video. Enjoy. Okay, honey, you got to end this video. How does it taste? It's so good.
The alien says it's good.
You don't eat these, so you don't get a vote. All right, guys, have a good evening.